Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I'm going to show you a video here, and it's what I had car problems this last trip that I went to the United States, and what I want to do is show you what had to be fixed, and it was part of the transmission. I don't know if I explained it properly on there, but it's on the back side of the transmission. I got a 95 Toyota Camry. And on the back side of the transmission, there's like a little transfer case. That's where the axles come into. And what happened, and it's separate from the transmission fluid, or from the transmission itself. And so you had to crawl up underneath the car to add the oil to it. And it used gear lube. It's not transmission fluid. And most people aren't aware that because it is a sealed transfer case, just like a four-wheel drive would have. It's a sealed case that's where the axles come into, and you never have to do anything with them. But I think, on my car, every 300,000 miles, you got to do a little something to it. So that's what I ended up having to do. But I want to explain to you, I'm going to show you what it is, and at the end, it'll explain what the cost was. And that's what I want to talk about, is because they don't have liability to be concerned about. In the United States, lawyers are involved in everything. And I'll tell you, the reason the lawyers are involved is because the people are too chicken shit to take personal responsibility. And if you would take personal responsibility, things get much cheaper. It's like, here, just fix this part. There it is, just fix it. If they do a good job, I return. I give them more business. If they don't do good work, I don't come back. And yes, I could lose control and then wreck the car, and then I could say, hey, it was their fault. And, well, yeah, you can if you're a chicken shit. If you take personal responsibility, you don't have that problem. I drive all over the place, and I can be left out in the middle of anywhere, and it's always going to be my fault. Whatever happens, it's going to be my fault. I know it, and that's why I can get stuff done a whole lot cheaper down here than what I can in the States. In the States, everybody wants to blame somebody else for their mistake. You make a bad judgment, you don't want to stand up to your bad judgment. You want to blame somebody else. But anyway, that's what this video is going to be on. And at the end, it'll tell you the cost. And that's the thing. There's the cost that I'm talking about. What's funny is a lot of these auto mechanics don't even know how to drive. They know how to take things apart and put things together. And so you take it apart, take the bad parts out, put the good parts back in, and put it all back together again. So, and it doesn't take certified mechanic to do all this stuff. It takes people that want to do good with their lives. Skills. Take skills and master their skills, get better. They've got a lot of practice on my car, and they've learned a lot of stuff. Just as I've been learning, I told them what's going on. One time my car lost a lot of power, and we couldn't figure out what it was. And eventually we figured out it was an exhaust leak. Exhaust leak, bammo, there got my power. And then I got my mileage. Then pretty soon my mileage runs about 30 miles to a gallon or more. And then my mileage dropped again. And that's when I started having this oil leak. I didn't know about the oil leak. I took it to, I thought it was something wrong with my transmission because it was acting funny. I went to a friend in the United States that has a transmission shop. He showed me and explained to me what the problem was. Why? So I can take personal responsibility. And then he filled it back up with oil. And then after he filled it back up with oil, wouldn't you know, I went from 25, 26 miles to a gallon to 30, 31 miles to a gallon. So I watch my mileage close. When something's not right, I know something is not right. You need to pay attention. Life runs like that. If something's not right, there's something not right. You need to take personal responsibility. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Watch this video. You will be amazed. Having to pull both the axles out to change the little transfer case on the back of the transmission. So you got to pull that out. The motor's lifted up. Motor's lifted up and taken out. And all that. Just to get to the transfer case. That right there is what we're doing. We're going to replace the seals in it, in the gasket. You see it's leaking. And we're going to replace the seals on both sides. See, there's the transmission. And this is a transfer case. And this uses a gear lube. And the transmission uses the transmission fluid. So this seldom needs work on it. But I say because we got a leak and 300,000 miles through really rough terrain, driving back and forth Central America to the United States, we got a leak. No surprise. So we'll get that fixed. There you see they raised the engine to get some parts out and they set it back down. The axle on the passenger side is out. That's where it was. That's so they can take that out and fix it. It's the seal, and it's from right there. I'll take the other seal from the other side. And that's what I've been having problems with on the trip. And you see right there, we had to put oil in there every day. And it's gear lube. And it's for the transmission, and nobody wanted to do it. That's it. And they had to pull both axles out. Okay, no. Bueno. 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 No. All that's going to have to come off too. The seal box.